So yeah, Penelope, they are working on the game again. So are you basically like an independent contractor? Yeah, Reptar for I did freelance for last like year and a half. Yeah. And then yeah, I did pretty much freelance for the last year and a half. That's funny. They're not gonna know. Is this Fortnite? Yes, this is Fortnite. This is Hello. No, this is Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Oh, 1, 2, 2. I mean, honestly, Jess, there's always people internally pushing for Realm. You know what I mean? Always people internally pushing. You know what I mean? Always people pushing. You know what I mean? And I think the fact that they just saw, you know, people are still invested. They still want it. You know what I mean? And you know, the fact that the game has managed to carry a player base over, you know what I mean? It's insane. It's insane the amount of how this game has carried a player base over the last 2 years without a single update. You know what I mean? That's so special. That just doesn't happen. You look at other games. And it's just. It just doesn't happen. All right. It is very laggy. It is very, very laggy, and that's not good. That's got to be something in investigation. You know what I mean? We got to figure out why these servers are so bad, right? Is it theoretically because they were put into the cloud? Is it, you know, what happened? Because the servers used to be good. They generally used to be good, for sure. He's just going for it. All right. All right, there it is. I mean, there's a part to that, Raidens. I mean, you got the zones in the beginning aren't like, you know what I mean? You don't have really a sense of urgency at all. There's no sense of urgency. There's no the map is way too big. You know what I mean? There's only 32 real players usually. You know what I mean? Like, that's, of course, you're going to have, they're not even, like, a lot of times it's not, like, the majority of the players aren't real players, you know what I mean? So, of course. So funny. Like, this is a bot as well. All right. I suppose. Oh yeah. Splitgate's fine. Splitgate got $100 million worth of investment. So Splitgate's not fine. They are living life, dude. They are living their best life. You know what I mean? So they're doing great. They're doing great. They're doing great. Hey, Sabusa, how you doing today, my friend? I hope the day is treating you well. Maybe. My cat's looking at me. She wants food. Zara, you're not getting food, my dear. You're not getting food, my dear.
The fog sets in.
I hope you don't need it. Yeah. So, cat. I mean, you look cute in that skirt. Thank you. Thank you. I think due process has some potential. I don't even know what that is. Fair, profound, but I mean, $100 million. I'm excited to see where that game goes. I'm so excited. Why are you playing Firestone so fast? Because I just want to, like, Z Gaming. Shidoshi brought up a good point. Like, while I haven't sent Faye, good to see you, dude. I did. Well, I haven't played with it in a while, right? I just want to see if my memory is as bad. You know what I mean? I just, again, I'm going to use it again. I just want to validate my beliefs one way or the other. Yeah. Look it up when you get the time. Okay, Cyber. Neptune, good to see you here. Faye, how you doing today, my friend? I mean, there could be, I mean, while I believe one thing, right, there's also a difference between, you know, Firestone Spear with, like, headshot rune, right? Because you get 3 headshots for 1 click, you know what I mean? You know, there's a lot of things that go into that. The damage rune would do it. All right. Would you say are the best abilities to pick up in general? I mean, Barricade right now is top tier. Barricade is just top tier. You know what I mean? You can't really get around Barricade not being top tier. For sure. Why are we playing Realm? Well, a couple different reasons, for sure. Just like went right through that person. So I applied for the position of game designer in Realm Royale. Oh, God. So it's like, yay, Graham, I see. Oh, that's funny. The game actually lagged. Oh, there we go. Game lagged like 3 times when the guy heroic leaped. The guy literally heroic leaped and then caused an issue. Thank you, Sedgy Man. Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? Like, if it was any other game, right? I do have, like, experience in, like, helping with designers and balancing things and all that kind of stuff. Ability-based games have always been, like, my wheelhouse, going back to, like, Gigantic and Dreadnought, and not Gigantic, Dreadnought, Hyperscape, and Blood. You know what I mean? The fact that I've been with Realm since the very beginning, the very, very fucking beginning. Like, literally day 1 of Realm. You know what I mean? I feel like I bring a lot to this table as far as just an overall thought process and overall, like, you know, potential. Having said that, it's just I'm one person on a big team. You know what I mean? Oh, dude, Baggins and I love Baggins. He's such a good friend of mine. I wouldn't even describe Baggins as a friend. I describe him as a brother. Jess, right now the game hasn't changed in a year and a half, right? They just made the decision, as I understand, to work on Realm. Yeah. Here we go. Yeetus to latest. Okay, so oh, look at that. That's a whole team. Oh my god. Here we go, Chad. Big head and squeaky voices. You'd love to see it. Bye, 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 bye. Every time I lead us, I delete us. Every time I eat us, I delete us. Yeah, it was moving, but like I said, everything else is still there. Thrust is no longer there. That's true. Thrust is no longer there. So Amani has this thing where she rides in ice. Yeah. So if you added the, so she rides a hoverboard pretty much, and you could make a hoverboard for the engineer, right? Back to the Future, very, not say very easy, but it's just definitely something you could do. You know what I mean? Sound of overall, I think the sound generally in Realm is okay. As far as footsteps and all that kind of stuff. I would rather have louder footsteps and softer footsteps, right? What would you rather be plagued with? Somebody you can't hear? You know what I mean? Somebody you can't hear, or somebody that you can hear loud, right? I would, you know what I mean? I almost caution the very idea of like limiting footsteps, you know what I mean? Just because, you know what I mean? Having somebody come up behind you and then just like fucking whack-a-mole you is not fun, you know what I mean? So, footsteps, yeah. For sure, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, engineer could come back here. I think out of all the abilities in the game, I think barricade is one of those like top tier ones, right? It's so strong. You can shoot out from both sides. Healing is also very, very good. I'm not denying that, but barricade is very, very strong. I agree. Monkey Muscle. I've always said from the very beginning. I've always said Corporate Scandal. Good to see you here, buddy. Happy birthday. Thank you, dude. Not my birthday, but I appreciate that. I've always said that Realm Royale has the most potential of any game I've ever played. Even for Gigantic, right? Even for Gigantic. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, you son of a gun. You son of a gun. Alright. Do judge bread. And you can clear but left eye edges. You know what I mean? I caution that idea of turning down enemy footsteps with just the fact that like, yeah, it could be so scary. It could be so scary. I mean, barking around. It's Christmas tree, have a Christmas holiday. We're insane. Oh. This is a real person. Goodbye. And Animate's always been a great player for sure. Let me just fly into Realm Royale 2.0, boys. Let me just fly into Realm Royale. I am. So Perplexity, so I slightly disagree with you, buddy. Realm Royale, when it first launched, had a lot of issues, right? What people don't remember is the square hitboxes, the projectiles being huge, the game wasn't even playable for the first 45 seconds. You had chests that it was one time. There were one-time uses on chests, right? So that changed the flow of the game, right? Now, there were things about original Realm that were amazing. I would argue that armor pieces were much better than ruins. You know what I mean? For sure. And there were things, lower cooldowns and all that kind of stuff. Like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? There's definitely things about old school Realm that I truly think were better. So much damage. I just generally think the fire element right now is causing both the fire axe and the stone staff to be a little bit overtuned right now. Right, the fact that you can get triple headshots, the fact that you can get triple applications of the fire element, the fact that you can, if I'm not mistaken, the Firestone Spear has the most DPS potential out of any weapon in the game with one shot. If it's all headshots, it's all fire damage, right? And you have the headshot rune. I'm pretty sure it's the most DPS in the game. Having said that, I don't want to kick it in the dick. I do not want to kick it in the dick. I don't want to hurt it too bad, right? And it's really the only viable weapon for the mage in general. I talked about before, I think the elements in general make it more difficult to balance. I think what is the difference really of, like, say, you hit one button on the stone spear, right? And it shoots out, wait for the console gatekeeper. Wait, if you hit one button, and it sends out 3 projectiles, right? And then each projectile does 300 damage, right? And then you have fire add 20, 40, 60 damage to it. So in essence, you're having 360 damage per shot. Is there any difference between having a stone spear do 360 of just white damage, or a stone staff doing 360, 300 plus 60 fire damage? Not really. There's it just makes the weapon harder to balance, in my opinion, right? Fire axe, fire stone spear, fire shredder. It has a long list of weapons that are fire based. And even you can make an argument for ice hasn't been fun or interesting. You know what I mean? I generally think ice hasn't made the game fun or interesting, right? I think you can bring elements back into the game in a way that's fun and interesting and unique, and they don't have to be tied to arbitrary weapons, right? So the weapons in general are the elements tied to the weapons in general are a bygone age, right? It's from patch. Well, it's from the earliest patches, right? Where you could get an ice, ice shenanigans. Now, certain weapons are going to need to get tweaked. So for instance, the crossbow right now is actually fucking garbage, right? It's actually garbage. And so if you removed the fire element, it's going to be even worse. You know what I mean? So heirloom and crossbow need to be reverted, and then you have to look at the crossbow again and be like, okay, what do we need to tweak it or whatever?